Yep.
Um, Everything's bigger in this state.
Austin.
Dallas.
Ah,
It's a good effort. I mean, I give you props, but
got the state right.
I would hope so. Um,
Maybe everything's bigger in Kentucky. I don't know.
there are a couple things bigger in Kentucky. Um, Giovanni Jesus, an outside back from Cruzeiro. Ahmet Korcha from, I believe, excuse me, Croatia. Jose Mulato from the second team, but made permanent from Colombia. Sebastian Ibiaga in free agency and a couple of homegrowns that, while I'm not going to put their names, they probably will play 3 to 4 milliseconds for FC Dallas and then get sold to Bayern. So out the door, Lucas Bartlett, their first round pick from last year, Khalil El Medkar, former UK player, funny enough. Matt Hedges, of course, in free agency, Nanu, the right back, Thomas Roberts, Quinones, all of those guys had their options declined. And then Franco Hara was dropped, meaning that they've got uh, an open DP slot. To me, they're they're one starting center back away from being very, very good again. Um, without Hedges, that's a massive hole to fill. And it's one of those you kind of look at and you're like, what do we do now? Because he's been there for so long, right? Um, Ibiaga's good as a stopgap. Nikosi Tafari from Long Island, fun enough, played against him. Um, he has grown well and has shown pretty good minutes. But really, do you have somebody who can step in right away and be that number two guy? Ibiaga is probably going to be that guy for now, but you're looking at three center backs on roster. I mean, that's tough. So you got to go find that, and then striker depth with Franco Hara now gone. You're looking at just Jesus Ferreira as a striker. So go out and take that DP money and go get yourself another DP striker.
Yeah, I think you nailed it right on the head. Absolutely. I think they need to replace Hedges. I don't think they've done that so far. They need that other starting level center back to go play with Martinez, and then definitely need somebody to back up Jesus Ferreira this season. Give them some options at the striker spot because their attack is so good. I would definitely like to see them. Oh, you know what they did? I did forget. I saw they're bringing in Jose Mulato, who should
Yeah,
be
I
coming in at
mentioned, and
striker for
he's
them.
so he was taken in as a 19-year-old from Deportivo Cali and sent directly to the second. He lit it up in the second. Uh, so they signed him to the on a permanent deal to the Dallas first team. But again, we've seen people who have done very, very well at the second team level. Um, Hello, Tom Barlow, how are you? And then come to MLS and not do so well.
True.
So you always want to have somebody else. And again, with a designated player slot open, why not? You know,
Do you need a designated player striker though? I mean, you have Jesus Ferreira, who's way more than capable. I mean, he's one of the best strikers in the league.
where else would you like to see it spent?
I'm not usually a big fan of using it in this way, but maybe center back right now. I mean, if that's the last spot you need and you have an open designated player spot, why not use it, bring him in, and then if you need to free it up later, buy it down.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think that more people should be using that money to sign center backs at high levels, right? We see it all the time as attacking players, but you win championships with backlines, with defense, right? So you need to go find those players and at the TAM level, it's diamond in the rough. But if you can go convince somebody to go be a defender at a designated player slot, that's the way to do it. So, um, what do you give them? Give me a grade.
I would say they're like a C plus for me. I don't think that they've really done anything too bad, but I don't think they've really done a ton to like make their team a ton better. Not that they needed it that much, but I would like to see them still replace Matt Hedges. But I do think that they brought in some guys to kind of bolster some depth in some certain areas. So I would say C plus for them.
Nice. I've got him at a B minus, but a low B minus, kind of the same deal for you. Um, you've got some replacements for Hedges in um, Korcha, who is a center back from Croatia, so he might slide into that starting spot again. I was not super impressed with the numbers that I saw there. Um, in the last 12 months, I think he had like 6 or 7 games played. Ibiaga was a third choice center back, um, always. So I think you want to find one more at the starting quality to shore that up. Mulatto, I think he's going to do well, but I just do think you're a little thin there. So I've got him at a low B minus.